you about the use of iPods and the importance of protecting your hearing health. Personal music players are not new. Most of us here probably remember the Sony Walkman from the 1980s. Remember it had the cassette player with the headphones? But in 2001, everything changed when Apple introduced the iPod. To date, there's been over 350 million iPods sold. And in February of 2013, the iTunes Store reported that it sold its 25th billionth download. That's 25 billion with a B songs. And to me, that number is staggering. The iPod has changed the way we listen to music. We are listening to more music now than we ever have before. We're listening through earbuds and headphones, which is also something that we never did before. We're spending more time and listening to higher volumes. We're using our iPods at the gym, at the library, cafes, on airplanes, and on our daily commutes. A study by McCormick and Matowitz states that the iPod and access to online music has greatly increased the quantity people are listening to, and also the ease of access only adds to the risk of hearing loss. I believe there should be limitations on factory-produced earbuds to limit the volume decibel levels to a safe listening level. 10% of Americans experience hearing loss, and this number is growing, especially between teens and young adults. Some researchers are attributing this to increased use of the iPods, again, especially in teens and young adults. When we're talking about hearing loss here, we're talking about noise-induced hearing loss. The National Institute of Deafness and Other Communication Disorders describes noise-induced hearing loss as resulting from long-term exposure to high volume levels. Most of us experience hearing damage long before the symptoms ever occur. That means when you start saying huh and what, the damage is already done. The symptoms of hearing loss are listening to the TV exceptionally loud, saying huh or what during normal conversation levels, and a ringing in the ear. But hearing damage doesn't come only from long-term exposure to high volume levels. Studies have shown that just 5 minutes of high volumes can cause significant hearing damage. Now, people don't want to hurt their ears. People don't intentionally cause themselves hearing damage. People want to listen to their iPod devices at safe levels. But most often we turn it up without realizing it. The number one reason for turning it up is ambient noise. That's subway noise, gym equipment noise, specifically the treadmill. I catch myself all the time. I'm running on the treadmill, turning the volume up, turning the volume up, turning the volume up. It's not until I actually stop the treadmill that I realize how loud the music actually is. Decibel regulations on earbud devices would help prevent this from happening. Another reason we turn up the music is because we like the song. Everybody does it. You're listening to your iPod, your favorite song comes on, what do? Turn it up. Again, decibel limits could be prevented if we put regulations on earbuds. This would be especially helpful to teens that listen to large volumes of music. So what are high volumes? We can kind of put it into perspective. 30 decibels is like a whisper. 85 decibels is traffic noise. When you're at a hairdryer is about 90 decibels, and then you're going to get to the extreme end, which is jet noise, at 140 decibels. And anybody that's ever been to Virginia Beach knows that jet noise is extremely loud. The iPod is typically between 112 and 120 decibels. So you're looking at somewhere between a hairdryer and jet noise, and that's pretty loud. The European Union has initiated mandates to make the default settings on factory earbuds at 80 decibels. This means that when you purchase an iPod, the earbuds that come with that iPod would not be able to go above 80 decibels. The European Union defines safe use as 80 decibels, no more than 40 hours per week. The United States currently doesn't have any personal regulations on decibel levels, but these levels are similar to what OSHA requires for occupational safety in the United States. The European Union is not taking away the consumer's right to a choice, You can still optionally buy earbuds that will have higher levels, but this just helps for safer volume levels when people purchase the original iPod. What the mandate does is aid in consumer volume control. While it's too soon to measure the effects of the European Union mandate, it's reasonable to believe that it will aid in hearing loss reduction over time. Again, especially in teenagers and young adults. It is important for the United States to follow the EU lead and mandate default settings on iPods purchased in the United States. In the meantime, there are steps you can take to protect your own hearing health. First, you can upgrade your earbuds to safe levels. Available for purchase in the United States are earbuds that do not go above 80 decibels. Also, you can use the 60-60 rule. That is, do not turn your iPod above 60% of maximum volume for more than 60 minutes at a time. Next, you can ask a friend. If your friend can hear your iPod when it's in your ears, it's way too loud, and you're causing significant hearing damage. Another thing you can do is over-the-ear noise-canceling earphones. As we said, the number one reason people turn their iPods up is because of the ambient noise. That noise reduction will cause you to keep your volume levels down. Next, you can limit your time. Use a speaker system when possible. When you're at home, instead of having it in your ears, hook it up to one of those iTunes devices that plays music through a speaker system. Also, research has shown that taking a multivitamin before exposure to loud noise, one that includes vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, and magnesium, can actually protect the ear from hearing damage. Your hearing is important, and once it's gone, you can never get it back. I want you to think about that the next time you go to put your iPod on, and I hope that you listen at safe listening levels. Thank you.